There we go. Yeah. It's hard to understand that people who are healthy would want to kill themselves. You gotta be kidding me. It's like a lot of things you can do in life. Actually, there's way too much to do in life. I think yeah. Like speaking about the Antichrist and who Jesus is, or Yeshua. Hmm. So, but it's hard to understand that people, without any infliction, or at least, as long as you don't feel bad, right? There's no point. There's no point in killing yourself if you don't have any problems. So, yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, sure, you might be old and all that, right? But if you don't have any afflictions at all, right, or whatever, as long as you feel pretty good, that's, the problem is if you feel very bad, right? And that, if you have issues and all that, then, then it's kind of more understandable that someone would, have the thoughts of, it's just all this suicide bullshit that is around in regards of, so people just, and when you hear some of these stories in regards of people wanting to commit suicide, and you're just thinking, it's like, just, if there's nothing real wrong, why would you take your own life? I've like in regards if you have pain, if you have suffering, if you have things of that nature, right? But as long as if you feel terrible all the time and all that, if there's but yeah, I don't, there's a lot of things just and it seems like the world is promoting this like so many other things, oh, we're too many people, right? So that's whatever. We're not too many people. We have too many Satanists around trying to, hurt us and kill us off. So a lot of people of death following darkness and promoting darkness and money, whatever, the love of blood money, I'm just doing my job. Oh yeah, you're just doing your job. Yeah. Everybody's just doing their job, right? Yeah. I guess so. Just doing that job. I just saw the movie in regards of the Nuremberg case thing, and I saw a documentary some weeks ago as well on it. And there was a couple of those people, and one of the specific names have connection to Rome, and he, as far as I know, afterwards he got like a thing from the Vatican as a because he had of course worked for the devil to do all these devilish things, and he was he apparently set free at the Nuremberg trial. I can't remember his name, but anyway. So, yeah. I don't get it, of course, in regards of suffering, I understand, that's more understandable that someone would. I saw this old guy, right? And he just wanted to end it. There wasn't anything wrong with him at all. He just thought, that's. He felt he had lived his life apparently, and then just, wanted to die. It's really hard to understand, If you don't have any health issues, if everything is fine and all that, why would you? You can't find anything to do, I say, give me a break, Lots of things to do, Too many things to do. And of course, you have the devil also trying to misuse your time on so many levels. Oh my! Oh, it's 2048. Well, I guess I should go to bed. Yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, this insane world. It's become a little more white outside. It seems. It's been snowing a little apparently. So that's great. You know, a little more, light. Um. So yeah, that's great. Something. Okay. Oh yeah, and the Knight of Columbus fourth degree has unbanned me on Gap. So I wrote a couple of messages to him, or fixed his name and all that, and he actually responded, not like a message, but he responded with apparently a horn thing, whatever, a little icon, whatever. Um, So I know he has seen the information, but sadly, I think he's probably full of too many demons to see. Apparently, these devils can really blind you, and of course, if you're willingly not going to respond to the truth, well, then of course you will end in darkness and as Christ says, what little you have will be taken away from you, pretty much. So that's kind of, yeah. And I posted some of the Antichrist today. Found some images on the Antichrist, and trying to find some images in regards of connecting, in regards to truth, and to point out the truth in regards to the papacy. Did find some websites with, but it wasn't that easy to actually find images connecting the number 666 with the Antichrist, in regards to the papacy. It's just, it's very, very, it's very hard to fathom that this information was standard knowledge in the past, and now the whole world have seemingly forgotten about it and do not want to hear anything in regards of it. And you see all the leaders and these different places praise the Antichrist. It's all over the world. Everybody praises the man of sin, and of course they're also keeping his festivals like Christ Mass. You have Christ Mass everywhere being promoted as propaganda. Everywhere, movies, TV, advertising, it's all over, and it's Satanism. Christ Mass is one of the high satanic so-called holy days. Well, it's for the devil. And people just keeps on. I saw the Mormons promoting Christ Mass as well. Of course, that's pretty fitting because that's a satanic cult anyway, right? But I guess the Jehovah's Witnesses, I don't think actually keeps Christ Mass, but they don't keep the festivals. I actually did see the so-called Jehovah's Witnesses today. Man, I should have talked to them maybe a little. They just stood there in the cold. Well, it was pretty cold as well, and and yeah, it's just they're out there. They were out there with a sign that said, did God create the world? Well, actually, not only God, but the gods created the world. And it's like, well, plural gods? Yeah, the gods created the world. What are you talking about? Well, Elohim is plural in Hebrew, The gods. The gods, Yehovah, Bereshit bara Elohim. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim ve'et haaretz. The gods created the heavens and the land. And that was also a thing in regards to the translation, and I would like to at some point get back to that a little more in regards to translation. But it's just not going so well bodily. But anyway, I should get back to the translation at some point, I guess. Too much of everything, it's just, you just need to find the specific, that makes you, if you just had some of this and some of that and actually connected all the things together in a perfect match, that would of course be the best, right? But then you go to one extreme to another extreme and so forward. It's just bad. Not really. Anyway, Bereshit bara Elohim et hashemayim ve'et haaretz. And I had started actually translating in the beginning, the gods created the heavens and the earth, right? But actually, it's the land. I was looking into, I think it's on day 3 or something like that? And you find out, wait. You see, God, the dry, God lets the dry come up. And he calls the dry land. It's just, because when you, in the beginning, the gods created the heavens and the earth, right? It's like you think about the whole earth, right? But the earth is already there. He starts out like a clay makeup with the ball itself, and there's water on top of it, There's nothing. And that's also one in regards to the second line. I had some issues in regards to that, and apparently a lot of translators seems to also have had issues with that. It just didn't make any sense, And I found out there was no land. That's the thing, there's no, in regards of, if you're thinking about the whole earth, right, and there was no earth, right, well, actually, they translated differently, but I found out, and there was no land, V'ha'aretz hayita tehu v'vohu v'rosek. There was no land, and emptiness and darkness was upon the faces of the deep, on the surface of the deep, but the Hebrew has, it uses panaim, if I recall correctly. Let's see here. V'ha'aretz hayita tehu v'vohu v'rosek. Al penei, so that's in regards to penei, on the faces of the deep, and the faces is plural as far as I recall in Hebrew. So you could also, that's the thing when you translate, you have to, you have to figure out, am I going to, totally take it like the Hebrew is saying, or and that's, when you're translating, there's some choices you have to make. So, well, there was no land. Of course there was no land, because the land was not there. We see that, I was reading the context of it, right? And you see the context, well, the land is created later, so it makes sense. Of course there's no land. And there was no land, and emptiness and darkness was over or upon the faces of the deep, of course. Of course, because there's no land, there's nothing, just water on the surface, right? And then the God said, let there be light, and there was light. And there we go with the plural of Elohim again. And the God saw that the light was good, and they parted the light from the darkness.
Yeah, anyway, but I really want to finish the translation of the whole chapter. That would be so amazing. And it's very interesting to dig into it, to further understand what is going on, you know. And the gods called the light day, and the darkness they called night, and it was evening and it was morning the first day. And the gods said, let there be space in the midst of the waters to divide the waters from the waters, you know. That's the rakia. Now, the flat earth, you know, the flat earth and all that, they will say the rakia is solid. But that, you know, and many years ago, I looked into that, you know, and it's bullshit because the birds are flying around in the rakia. And what is the rakia being called? You know, God names the rakia what? Heavens. Hashemayim. Well, what is the Hashemayim? Well, that's the heavens. Well, that's the heavens. Well, that's the rakia. Clearly, it's not physical, you know, like they say, right? You know, it's just all this nonsense, and that helps when you actually looks into the translation. And the gods made the space, and they parted between the waters and the space from the waters above the space, and so it was. And the gods called the space for heavens. There we go. And the gods called the space for heavens, you know, the rakia, you know. That's in the Hebrew, right? Vayikra Elohim la rakia shamayim. So, there we go. The gods called the space for heavens. Well, is the heavens physical, and heavens is plural in the Hebrew, which also might be a reason for, because we also see the faces of the heavens someplace as well, because it's the beginning of the heavens, you know. So the birds are flying in the faces of the heavens because there's so much more of the heavens, right? It just makes so much more understanding in regards of it. Because we have the heavens and we have, you know, plural, right? You know, it's like we have the heaven and we have the heaven. Yeah, anyway. There's kind of more heaven, right? Just, so here we have yeah. Vayoma Elohim yekavu hamayim mitzarat hashamayim el makom echad v'tera'eh hayabasha vayhiren. Here we go with the dry hayabasha. I haven't translated this, but you have the dry. That's the yabasha. So the dry he then calls. There's the next one, right? And the gods called the dry, you know, to the dry, la yabasha, and the gods called the dry for land. That's the land. That's the eretz. It's not there, you know. At the beginning, you just get a sum up of the things, right? And then God goes into telling you there's no land in the beginning, you know. Sometimes you just need the context to understand, you know, if you have an issue in the Bible and you look on specific words, right, and you see all the places where they have translated the word and you see it in context and all that. So you begin to, that's one way of getting a little better understanding in regards to the word. But then, you know, you also see the context of it. And sometimes the context can help you as well. There's different factors you can look into in the scriptures to understand what is, you know, going on. And I realized, you know, trying to sort this out in regards to what is going on in the second sentence, right? Well, the land, that's the eretz, you know. It's first created on I think it's the third day. The land is not there. Because it's not the earth in regards of the earth, it's the land. It's the dry, and he calls it land. When you see eretz being used other places, it's land. But then, you know, many of the translators have a way of, you know, using this for this and that for that and all that, and you just, you know, give me a break. If you can find one specific word that fits every single time, you do that, you know, instead of using you know, different words for the, you know, of course there might be places where it might not be able to do that in English or Danish or whatever, you know, but you do the best that you can do to keep it consistent, right? You know, to keep, so okay, this and this, and of course every translation have its issues, right? And you always lose some information when you translate something. But anyway, so and the gods called the dry for land, and the collected waters called they seas, plural, or oceans. I'm not entirely sure which word I should use actually, but ocean seems to be of, I think it was Greek or Latin origin. So although it seems to some places it talks about that the ocean is actually said to be like bigger than the seas, and but of course, just I'll have to sort that out in regard to the Bible, in regards of the context of the Bible. Vayoma Elohim tatshe haaretz, the she esev matzriah sera, and that's something in regards to the plants, if I recall correctly, right? So that would be probably on day 3, but let's see here. Yeah, this is the 3rd day. Vahi erev, vahi voga, yom shelishi. Vahi erev, vahi voga, yom shelishi. Another thing I really would like to look into is the book of Revelation. I would like to copy the whole, either English or Danish, whatever, either version, and then begin to actually fix them up so I can sort them into somewhat of a boxes in regards of beginning and end, and just somewhat of a better context, because all these chapter divisions doesn't always help you either in regards of understanding when God is starting and stopping something, stopping something and starting something other, and you do have. And I think it's, I just have to understand further the whole, get the book, and yeah, I don't understand why. Yeah, anyway, that would be nice to also like, okay, this is future. This is surely future, right? Fix that as somewhat future. This is this is past, or this is still continuing, or something like that. Fix it up, I'm going to fix, okay, this is in the future. Of course, just because it's in the future doesn't mean it's not important to understand something in the past or now. So it's not like it's not important, but it's just, just to get an idea, okay, where are we in the timeline and so forward. Of course, in regards to the new earth and the new heavens and all that, that will be future, right? And the 1,000-year realm of kingdom of Christ on earth is still also future. The first resurrection is still future, and so forward, right? And then figure out in regard to when is the new, there's going to come a temple. I think there will be 2 temples at least. One temple before Christ comes, and then a temple in regards to the 1,000-year reign seem to be a thing. And then of course the new earth and the new heavens will not have a temple, because because Christ will be, but anyway, so, and the God said, let there be light sources. That's another thing, right? You have a different Hebrew word, right? And yet they tend to, say, well, the God said, let there be light in the space of the heavens. This the different word in Hebrew. It's light sources. You put light sources in the heavens, right, to light of things, right? It's not the word for light that is used here. It's let's see, Vayoma Elohim Yehi Me'orot. Me'orot. I think that's the Me'orot. Biakia in the space of the heavens, So, Biakia, that's the Rakia thing with the prefix. Biakia Hashemayim, in the heavens. And the heaven, I haven't sorted out the translation totally for the But you can always have some variations, and it's sometimes you have something that can say the same thing, but you're trying to sort out which is the best way to say it, so it keeps to the text and the reader can understand it, right? To divide between the day and the night to be signals for appointed times for days and years. Something of that nature. At least so far so good. So what do you have? Why ha you? Why ha you? Limerot. Let them be for limerot. Them must be the same as the just with another. Let them be 4 or 2 light sources in the space, 4 light sources in the space of the heavens, heavenly space. I guess I think I've written that wrong, but I'm not sure. To be light upon the land. There we go in regard to the Eretz. Let's see here, ha-Eretz. To be light upon the Eretz, on the land. To get light upon the earth, and so it will land, and so it was. So and the God made by Ya'as Elohim et Shenei Hamorot, or I'm not sure if it's actually Hamorot or Hamorot, Hagedolim et Hamaor, Hagadol lememshelet hayom ve'et hamaor hagaton or hagaton lememshelet halayla ve'et hakoravim. Now I think in regard to the Hebrew, actually, when you have the translations, like the King James, well, it's like and the lights and the stars, right? I think that's kind of when you read it, it seems like it seems like it wouldn't be when how they write it in the translation doesn't seem to be totally correct in the English, and I guess maybe also in the Danish, because it's like the stars, the moon and the stars in regards to the night. So anyway, I need to apparently haven't sorted that translation. And the gods made the 2 great light sources and so forth. There's a lot of things that I haven't sorted out. And it was evening and it was morning the 4th day. And I'm not sure in regard to the Danish. There's 2 ways I can write it, and I'm not sure which one would be the better one in regards to Danish. I guess, I was swaying into one way, but it doesn't sound so good in Danish. It wouldn't be the way that you would normally say it, and yet it seems to be maybe a little more correct according to the Hebrew, but I'm not entirely, I'm not sure. Because in the English, and it was evening, right? And it was morning the 4th day. And it's I have a really difficulty. Probably will end up with the standard. So it sounds, too. But I wonder in regards of. Yeah, I wish I knew better. I wish I knew Hebrew better. I read a little more in regards of the. Well, it's interesting to go through the whole thing, and of course I can sit on the mobile and go through the Hebrew translation while reading as well, and Vayoma Elohim Hine Natati or something like that. Lachem et kol Esef Sorea. Well, anyway, that it helps me learn a little Hebrew while practicing well, practicing a little at the same time. So it's like a win-win situation. You're sitting with scripture, and you're then learning some Hebrew. You're using some Hebrew, and we have the Hashishi. That sounds like the sixth day or something like that. Vaya Elohim et kol asher asa vihene tov meod vahi erev vahi voka yom hashishi. The sixth day. So vaya Elohim et kol asher asa vihene tov meod vahi erev vahi voka yom hashishi. וירולו השמיים והארץ וכל צבאם. I wonder what that is, man. That must be, oh yeah, of course, okay, we're in the seventh day, I guess. And in regards of him resting. וירל אלוהים ביום השביעי. Well, I think that's actually, we have a Hebrew issue here. I think it should actually be probably Hashishi. All the other witnesses we have, sorts that out. It doesn't really take away in regards to you can read it still with that 7 thing and still understand that God made everything in 6 days and rested on the 7. It's interesting that every other manuscript that we have, a lot of manuscripts outside the Masoretic text have 6 instead of 7, which also actually do make sense. Although it wouldn't be something that you really would, pick up as, because we already know, it was created in 6 days, right? But it is a thing that seems that every other manuscript actually have 6 instead of 7 at that point. And then it goes on to the 7, of course, in regards to resting and all that. And then I haven't totally figured out when does the first chapter actually ends and when does it start again. Because, we know the guy that put the chapter division in regards to the first chapter is absolutely in error. But then again, where do we end it, right, in regards to Genesis or the Bereshit? Where does it end? Well, we can go look at it. Oh, of course I could have. Yeah. Yeah, lots of issues and all that. It breaks down more and more. That's very annoying. Well, that's Revelation. So, we're going to go to one here, right? Thus the heavens and the land were finished, and all the host of them. All the host, all the... And on the 7th day God ended his work. Well, on the 6th day, every other translation pretty much have 6. I think like we can take the... let's take the Latin, right? Septimo, I think that's 6, right? No, actually that seems to, Septimo, no, it actually has Septimo 2 times, so maybe not. Let's see here. Let's see what Wycliffe says. So God filled in the 7th day his work which he had made, and he rested in the 7th day. Okay, so the Latin doesn't seem to be supporting that. As far as I recall, every other source that I looked into supported that. Okay. Let's take the... Do we have the Aramaic here? Oh, that's the Aramaic. There we go. No? Okay, we should have some kind of Aramaic, some place in regards of the first... There we go. I see it. And in the 6th day. There we go. So the Aramaic, that's one manuscript. Then we have the Samaritan manuscript, also supports that. I think the Dead Sea Scrolls, I think, was also supporting. You have a multitude of witnesses, although interesting that the Latin doesn't seem to But I wrote down all the witnesses I had on being 6. And of course it does make sense that God, of course, ended his work on the 6th day and rested on the 7th day. So, well, I don't have all the manuscripts. Let's see no, don't we have the Greek here? Let's see here, what do we have here? Kai, in blah blah blah, Theos, in, let's see if I can, this is sometimes since in regards of Hebrew, right? Ecta maybe? Oh, ectos, no. Oh, who knows? That's a good question. That's, it's hard to, there's a point where you just can't fill your brain with any more, it seems, Would have been nice if, I have the hyptomos in regards of 7, right? Okay, so should be something in regards of 6. I would have thought it would be like ecti or something like that. But apparently not. Theos, NT, or maybe it's one of these small. No? Do we have like where's my Greek thing here? I should have maybe this one? No, that's only the New Testament. Sorry, I just, my brain is fried, it's late, and I can't remember where everything is. Yeah. And God finished on the 6th day his work which he made, and he ceased on the 7th day. So pretty much you have a multitude of witnesses in regards of the 6th day and not the 7th day. It's not a biggie, just a minor thing, I read it without any issue and understood that God created everything in 6 days, right? Even if there's like, and God finished on the 7th day his works, but you still understand what is being, but it does make more sense that there's actually a 6th day, right? Because he actually did end his work in 6 days, right? And ceased on the 7th day from all his work which he made. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he ceased from all his works which God began to do. Now then the question is, does it stop there and start at number 4, or it says, this is the book of the generation of the heavens and the earth, when they were made in the day in which and you have the name, the God Jehovah, something like that, made the heaven and earth. And it's just, or maybe it's made to just move along or something like that, even if there's like kind of a division. It's a little hard to figure out. Well, it's maybe a little more than a little hard. So, well, at least we know that, at least down to here. And God blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because in it he ceased from all his work which God began to do, right? And then, as far as I knew, I would have thought that this was the beginning, right, of another chapter. But I'm not so sure anymore if that actually is part of, because this is the book of the generation. So is this the book that in regards of has just been said in regards to, this is the book of the generation of, and I guess also in regards of chapter division, I have to remember that, you could actually maybe have a division inside of it. So maybe some of it could maybe be in regards of, but I don't know, maybe not. But this is the book of the generation of the heavens and the earth, right? You would think, well, the generation of the heavens and the earth would be the thing that we just read, right? When they were made in the day in which when Jehovah, Lord, well, they fix it as Lord God, right? But I know the name, that's the first time the name, down here is the first time the name actually appears. When the Lord God made the heavens and the earth. So here we go with the heavens and the earth, and the question is again. Okay, let's see here. What happens if we start? And every herb of the field before it was on the earth, and all the grass of the field before it sprang up, for God had not, so yeah, I guess it's a little hard. This is the book of the generation of the heavens and the earth when they were made. So this is the book of generation of the heavens and the earth when they were made. So this is the heavens and the land, probably in regards to the Eretz, right? When they were made in the day in which, the Jehovah, the gods, made the heavens and the earth. And, so is this a new thing in regards of, this is the, I guess, the Sephiroth here. Can I find the, there we go. So we can see the Hebrew, right? So it's like a lay, but usually, I guess, when it starts with this, I guess you usually have something new. At least in the, it seems to, when you have the lay of Ha-Adam later on, if I recall correctly. I guess we could search on that specific thing here. Let's see here. I'm getting tired, but yeah, 428. So let's search on 428, right? And let's see search, of course, that would be. So this is Elay Toldot, right? So these are the generations of the heavens and the earth, or the land. Behi Bara'am, they were created in the day. Made Jehovah, there we go, the gods, Jehovah, the earth and the heavens. Oops. Oh, it's annoying. I hate this nonsense of, apparently reacting to me doing like things of that nature. Stupid feature. I'm not sure if you can turn it off, but they add all these new features and this and that, right? Let's see here. Here we have another one. And these are the generations of Noah, right? And then usually something new begin, right? Elay Todot Noah. Noah is Sadiq. Tamim Hayat Beto. This is annoying that you don't have the Nikuts. Et Ha Elohim. Hit Halech Noah. Shalom. So Shalom, the tree, these, the B'nai Noah. So these are the tree, these sons of Noah. And these overspread the whole earth or the whole land. Yeah, they didn't go to the ocean, they went out to. And we also have the, now, okay, Ve'elei, so now these, Toldot, B'nai, the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Yafet. Vayivaldu lahim banim achame. Yeah, where's the Adam? The line of Adam. Me'ele nifredu yer asram. There should be something in regards of Adam somewhere. These are the of Shem. I guess it would be chapter 5 actually. But we're already in Genesis 11. But that would be, there should be something in regards of chapter 5. Around chapter 5 in regards of the sons of Adam. There we go. Oh, this is known as Sefer or Sefer Toldot, generation of. So this is the book of Adam. What did they call the other ones? Toldot what? Let's try to have a look here. These are the generations. Okay, they just called generations. Okay. So generations and okay, anyway. So this Sefer Toldot Adam Beyom Bero Elohim Adam Bidmut Elohim Asa Oto. Hopefully I'm reading the right way here in regards of. Oh yeah, okay. Because sometimes the search changes the direction. At least in the past it did. Tzara unekeva bera'am, and blessed them Otam, called them Adam. That regards of Adam, and that's also problematic in regards of translations, because Adam, and of course is also used as the whole human, or the earthlings. Adam is from the Adamah, or the dust of the Adamah, maybe the clay, or I still need to further figure the best word for that, but so regards of Adam, and then goes through some of the. And of course we get to Genesis 6 in regards to the fallen angels, which opposite Adam is actually, and this is one of these places where people will put this nonsense idea into it in regards of Shem. No, the sons of. But the thing is, the Hebrew has already Ha-Adam, and of course we know what the Ha-Adam is, because we already just had the book in regards of Adam. So it's kind of, you see the, between the Ha-Elohim or the B'nai Elohim or whatever, just compared to the Ha-Adam, you have the contrast. And yet people want to float around nonsense theories and I just lost the light. Yeah. So he began the Adam, Ha-Adam, here we go. Ha-Adam would be, the earthlings, right? Laro al pene Ha-Adamah, the faces on the Ha-Adamah, on the land. I guess you could maybe, if you're going to, maybe it could be the landlings instead of earthlings, then I don't know. That doesn't really sound so good, does it? Landlinge? That doesn't sound too bad in Danish, I guess. Landlinge. Jorlinge, landlinge. In English it does sound kind of stupid, right? Landlinge, earthlings, landlings. I don't know, landlings. Maybe landlings. I don't know. So to, if one wants to get, well, it would still not be, because again, Adam, the problem is, you either need to translate what Adam means, or keep to the Hebrew name, because it's also his name, of course. Adam is Adam, right? So it's his name. That's the first, man, although there actually is a word for man and woman in regards of Ish and Isha. So yeah, Adam is the first man who is from the earth or land, well, earth. Yeah, that's just, he's from the Ha'adamah, the earth, or the dirt. Maybe the dirt would, yeah, I'm not sure. The ground. Yeah, the ground. Yeah, actually, the ground. Maybe he's from the ground. Oh, doesn't really help much in regards of. Anyway, Ha'adamah uvanot, and daughters Yuledu were born to them apparently. Okay. Vayi'u v'nei ha'Elohim. There we go. So you see the contrast of the Ha'adam compared to the Ha'Elohim. So who's the Ha'Elohim? It doesn't seem like the Ha'Elohim is part of Ha'adam. Et benot Ha'adam ki tovot hinna vayikru lahem nashim mikol asher Baruhu Vayomer Yehovah lo Yadon Huri Adam. There we go with the Adam again, which they translate as man, but you already have a word in Hebrew for man that's Ish. And actually it starts out actually talking in regards to the woman, in regards of Isha. And of course, Ish for man and Isha for woman. And so, I guess you also see the connection in regards to man and woman. I guess the same thing in regards of the. I guess it's not in Danish, is it? Nope. No. Well, at least not if you. Well, you could fix something. So. To keep the man in the woman in regards to the name of the woman, right? Like in woman, man and woman, woman. Okay, anyway, Shana Hanefilim Hayu Ve'aretz Veha. And there was Hanefilim, yeah, Nephil. And some apparently it's like the fallen ones or the earthbound. Apparently there's some difference on these things. Of course, these would have come by the angels having, what do you call it, bad connection with the women of Ha'adam, Hayu va'aretz, in the land. So the giants were in the land in those days. And, B'nai is the sons of Ha-Elohim. El benut unto the daughters Ha-Adam, Vayaldu lahem Hema Ha-Giborim, mighty men, Asher me'olam, and Ansei, she. That's interesting. Yes, she. Hashem. Well, it should be Hashem. Shame. Vaya Yehovah ki rabba ra'at ha'adam ba'aretz verol yetzer. Well, anyway, that's a lot of things that it's kind of Homer created. Me al pene, the faces of all the ground, all the both man and beast against are going to be a spelling. Ad remes ve'ad of hashemayim kine remti ki asitim. Whatever. Yeah. Aha. Asitim. Venoach matzah chen be'enei Yehovah. So, yeah, okay, so, and I guess maybe it stops here, I'm not sure. It's like, Elei toldot Noach. Alright, so at least we have like these other generations of Noach, who we know found favor according to just above. But anyway, in regards of dividing the things, and it's kind of not always that easy. Well, I guess I just have to accept that I'm not so capable of these things, But hey, if I could just get the first chapter fixed, that would be, or the first beginning of the beginnings, that would be pretty nice. If I could sort that out, and yeah, that would be amazing. To get some understanding in regards to the beginnings, for sure. Yeah, those that knows Hebrew from the beginning, that's a huge blessing, So, Barashit Bara Elohim. Maybe I should just listen to the first chapter or something like that. I guess my SIM card my memory card is broken. Yeah, that's true. I haven't sorted that out. Here we have the Darkijah in the midst of the waters. He maftil bein mayim la mayim. And also mayim in regards of shamayim. You have shamayim, and you have mayim, right? Mayim means in regards of waters, and shamayim in regards of the heavens, we call it in English, I guess. Himlene på dansk. I guess it doesn't really have the same, in the Hebrew you see you have the waters, right, and then you have the shamayim. So but you still seem to have waters in the heavens in regards to some kind of I wonder what the Shah, if that's like if there's anything where you can actually see it's like, if the, Shemayim. Let's see if there's anything in regards of it's just a Shah right in front of it. Shamayim. Shamayim. Yapasha. Here we actually have that's interesting, right? Here we have some Shah, right, in regards to the dry. Shamayim. Probably not. I don't know. Anyway, there's an H on it as well, so maybe that's not a. Shamayim. Waters. Hayabasha Wahiren. Vayikra Elohim La Yabasha. The dry. Yabasha. The dry. Yabasha. Yabasha. Vayikra Elohim La Yabasha Eretz Ule Mikveh. Yeah, in regards to the mikveh, right? Mikveh, when you have a mikveh, yeah, ule mikveh. And to mikveh, and to, well, together, gathering of waters. Hamayim kara yamim, like seas or oceans, that's plural anyway. So I guess that's interesting because that would, I guess, seemingly that this earth had seas from the beginnings, whereas the new earth won't have any seas, as far as I recall. So yeah, I guess I'm too tired. Anyway, may Jehovah be with you, and Yeshua, most precious pearl, and the spirit of truth